Knowing your hair type is doing almost nothing for your hair growth journey. And for most people, knowing their hair type is actually the thing that's holding them back. If you've ever said, my hair won't grow because I'm 4C, or my hair won't grow because I'm 4A, or my hair won't grow because I'm 4B, then this video is specifically for you. Stay with me because once you understand this, it's going to completely change the way that you look at hair care and what you do. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Eve here. I understood early on in my hair growth journey, my natural hair journey, that my hair was different from what I saw from the girlies online. The girlies online had more curly hair, which is classified under type 3. So 3ABC, they had more curly hair, 4A hair, maybe they had 4B hair, but they didn't really have my type of hair that's kinky and coarse and textured like this. Add that to where I live, there weren't really a lot of products that we could use to curl our hair, to do wash and goes, all this fancy stuff that I used to see online back when I started my hair growth journey. I'm talking 10 years ago. Also adding the fact that I was a student and so I didn't really have a lot of money to spend on expensive products. Back then, all the products that could help you achieve those defined curls, Camille Rose Naturals, Shea Moisture, all of those products were expensive and way out of the budget of a student, so I didn't even bother chasing definition like that. Because of this, I was able to decenter the need for curly hair in spite of the fact that my hair was more on the 4B 4C side according to the chart. If you've never heard of the hair typing chart, I'm talking about Andre Walker's hair typing chart because that's the most popular one and that's the one that a lot of us girlies know for using to identify our hair type. Now, hair type falls under 4 categories. We have type 1, which is absolutely straight hair. We have type 2, which is wavy hair. We have type 3, which is curly hair. And we have type 4, which now leans towards the kinky, coily hair that a lot of us have. Now, I'm going to give props to the Andre Walker typing system because it has helped us to at least identify where our hair falls under and kind of classify our hair in terms of texture and in terms of curl pattern, which is what it was meant to do. In spite of the fact that he developed this hair typing chart to categorize hair textures, the main reason for developing that chart was to market and sell his hair care line. And it was not even developed that long ago. If you hear hair typing chart by Andre Walker, you think it's something that was developed in the 50s, in the 60s, or in the 70s. But it was developed in the 1990s. The chart has stuck around since the 90s up until now, and it is what we have used to identify and categorize our textures under straight, wavy, curly, and coily. That is a brief summary of the Andre Walker type chart, which is the most popular chart for categorizing textures of hair. And as time has passed, we have seen a lot of products formulated specifically to help you define your curls to look a certain way. We've seen a lot of products formulated to give you a certain look, to help you achieve wash and goes, to help you achieve twist outs, to help you achieve braid out. And these products will make your curls pop in a way that your curls won't pop if you did not apply these products. So it has been a lot, and there has been a lot of discussion surrounding hair typing, surrounding how your hair should be cared for depending on your hair type. I'm here to tell you that even if you know your hair type but you don't know what to do to care for your hair, you may not see any progress whatsoever. So at the end of the day, you find out that even though most people know their hair type, their hair is still dry, brittle, and it breaks excessively. The reason for this is because they know their hair type, but they don't know their hair porosity. So they know their curl pattern, but they don't know how their hair responds to moisture and what sort of products they should use based on their porosity. Hair typing feels important because it gives us a label, an explanation for why our hair acts the way that it does. So it helps to create identity, it feels scientific, and it promises clarity. But here's the thing you need to know. Hair typing was never designed to help you grow your hair. It was created to classify appearance and not function. Now we are getting into the interesting part of this video and why hair typing can be considered a scam. There is a reason why in the hair community we say what works for me may not necessarily work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. Two people can have the exact same type of hair, but even though they use the same products and do the same things, their hair growth experience or hair care experience and the results they get are completely different. The reason for this is using our two individuals, even though the appearance of both of their hairs is classified under 4C according to the type chart, they may have different hair porosities, they may have different hair densities, the thickness of their strands may be completely different. One may have thicker strands, the other will have lighter strands, and then they may live two completely different lifestyles. So these are four completely different factors that will give person A a different outcome and give person B a completely different outcome as well. And so let's remember this again. Hair type only tells you what your hair looks like. It does not tell you what your hair needs. What will actually tell you what your hair needs and what you should do in terms of hair care routines and products to buy and use is your hair porosity, which is how your hair absorbs moisture, retains moisture, and loses moisture. And because of this, we can agree that if hair typing actually worked, then the people with the exact same type of hair and appearance of hair will have the same results every time they did the same things and used the same products. This is the real reason why this hair typing thing became dangerous. Hair typing didn't just confuse people, it discouraged them. So we would see the girlies online using all of these products and doing all of these things and achieving curls that look a certain way. And because our hair did not look that way, we felt that even if we use these products and follow the exact routines, our hair will come out looking completely different compared to this person. And even though this is something to understand, a lot of us girlies with completely different textures did not understand this, and we felt frustrated every time we didn't achieve the online person's result. Aside from using all manner of products and following different treatments to manipulate maybe type 4 hair to look like type 3 hair, people with more kinky and more coarse hair started to experience breakage, shedding, dryness, and a number of other issues, which led to sayings like 4C hair doesn't grow, 4B hair doesn't grow, and so on and so forth. And that's just one thing. Another thing is over manipulating the hair to change its texture became a thing. Even when our hair naturally doesn't want to curl in that direction, over manipulating to change the texture of the hair became a thing. So all of these using all manner of products and trying all manner of treatments to bend hair that naturally curls in one way to look another way, all to the detriment of the hair strand, to the detriment of our scalp, and sometimes to the detriment of even ourselves. Because once your hair does not appear how you want it to appear, even though your hair can not appear that way naturally, you start to feel discouraged. Some people even start to feel like their hair is not all that, which leads to them constantly manipulating their hair and making matters worse. The one that all of us can relate to, especially if you like to buy products. Hoarding of products just to see if you can curl your hair. At the end of the day, I discovered that so many people stopped learning their hair because they felt that because it was classified or categorized under type 4, type 3, type 2, that had taken care of everything. And so they thought that the label had already explained everything and they just had to follow what products and what routines were recommended for that type of hair. So if you've been feeling some type of way because of your hair type, it's important for you to note that if your hair growth journey has not been growing smoothly, but you have been doing what you thought you should be doing for your hair type and using the products recommended for your hair type, it's not on you at all. A lot of us have had to learn the hard way. A lot of us have had to relearn that it does not depend on hair type. Instead, it depends on porosity. We should be focusing on how well our hair absorbs moisture so that we know whether we should use products for low porosity hair, medium porosity hair, or high porosity hair. Once you stop chasing hair type and instead focus on understanding porosity, then the game is going to completely change for you. And if you would like to understand porosity and understand your hair better, you need to grab my 30-day hair growth challenge. I'm going to link it in the pinned comment and also the description box. It contains everything you need to understand your hair as somebody who had to struggle so much before I finally figured out what worked for my low porosity hair. So I stopped focusing on the hair type and I started focusing on the texture, and from there I was able to figure out the best things for me and my hair, and I put all of that into this glorious ebook that I have made available to you. So go ahead and tap that link and sign up or join us so that 2026 is the year you finally get to your hair goals. At this point, you may be wondering, if I'm saying all of this, then what actually matters more than hair type? If you really want healthy, long and full hair, here is what you're going to focus on instead of how curly your hair is. Your porosity, which I've already mentioned, which is how your hair absorbs, retains, and loses moisture. You're going to focus on your moisture protein balance, manipulation levels. You're also going to focus on your scalp health, and then you're going to focus on consistency. All of these things are way more important than hair type. And as you can see, I didn't mention curls, anything. I didn't mention hair typing anywhere on this list. I'm going to quickly break down each of these things so that you understand exactly what it is you need to be paying attention to. For porosity, porosity is how easily your hair absorbs water and how fast it loses it. High porosity hair absorbs moisture very fast, but also dries out very fast, while low porosity hair takes a little longer to absorb water, but it does not lose the water as fast as high porosity hair. Knowing this helps you choose products and routines that actually work for your hair instead of just picking what is trending. For moisture protein balance, your hair needs both moisture and protein to remain strong and healthy. Too much moisture will make your hair weak and mushy, and too much protein is going to make your hair stiff and very prone to breakage. You need a perfect balance of both of them, not overloading one and having too little of the other. Manipulation level, this is very important. Manipulation refers to how aggressively or otherwise you touch your hair, you style your hair, you comb your hair, or even restyle your hair. The more you manipulate, the higher the risk of breakage, and it is low manipulation that actually helps you retain length instead of losing length. And the last two, scalp health and consistency. Scalp health should be a priority for everybody. The scalp is the foundation where all of the work happens, and if you're trying to grow your hair but you don't have any routine for your scalp, you don't have anything that you're doing to kind of boost the hair growth, to kind of improve blood flow circulation throughout the scalp, then you need to get those into your routine. And you can actually find a simple regimen or routine that includes scalp health in my 30-day hair growth challenge. Keeping your scalp clean, balanced, and calm helps your hair grow to its highest or fullest potential. And then we have consistency. This one I feel is self-explanatory. If you have to see hair growth, or if you desire to see hair growth, you need to be doing the same set of things repeatedly over a certain time. It could be 1 month, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months, 6 months, or even a year. But as long as you have a set of activities you're doing with the aim of hair growth, and you do these activities consistently, then you are on the right track. So these things affect every hair type and texture, and once you understand them, your hair care is going to stop feeling so confusing. Now, I already know that this topic is a bit controversial, but let me know in the comments what you think. Do you believe that hair typing is important, or do you feel like it has actually done more harm than good in society and in the natural hair community? At the end of the day, you have to understand hair typing is not evil, it's just overemphasized. And when people focus on things like the curl of the hair or the curl pattern of the hair, they neglect other more important things. If this video made you rethink your hair care, give it a thumbs up, share it, save it, and leave a comment down below so that we can engage with each other. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.